Okay, welcome dito sa ating topic sa superimposed beam. So, ang application nito ay sa mga temporary structures. Okay, sa mga nag-request ng video na to, ay ito na yung inyong request. So, superimposed beam, if a beam is composed of two or more thin layers, so parang yung tabla lang yan, no? Pinagpatong-patong. Walang attachment, walang glue in between the layers, or walang nails, walang screw, walang bolt. Ibig sabihin, they are not composite beams. They're just placed on top of the other, okay, as shown in the figure. Now, the strength of this beam is lesser than a solid beam having the same cross section, okay, and it is lesser than a composite beam with the same cross section. Yung composite beam kasi, ang pagkakaiba nito sa superimpose ay we treat them as one. Okay, for example, nilagyan natin ng glue or bolt itong tatlong beam na pinagpatong-patong, they will act as one. Okay, pero pag ganito lang, nakapatong lang, superimposed beam ang tawag natin, and we will take the strength, okay, individually. I-add natin yun ang strength ng buong beam. Okay, so for example, we have these three planks placed on top of the other. So 1, 2, 3. Ito yung superimposed load natin. Okay, so meron tayong load. Pag mag-bend ito, mag-i-slide yung mga in their dito sa may nila, kung saan nakapatong yung isa, magkakaroon ng sliding. Okay, so they are not acting as one. So since the strength of the beam, superimposed beam, is the sum of the strengths of the individual planks, then the moment capacity of the superimposed beam is the moment capacity of the first, moment capacity of the second, and the third. I-add natin yan, yun yung total moment capacity. Now, kadalasan ginagamit yan pare-parehas na species ng kahoy, or pare-parehas yung moment ay yung tawag nito, modulus of elasticity. Then we have also the moment of inertia of the whole beam is just the sum of the inertia of each plank. Okay, so the assumption here is that the curvature is constant. Therefore, the total curvature is just equal to the sum of the curvatures of the individual. Okay, that's why M1, the moment capacity of the first plank, is just equal to the total moment capacity of the beam times the modulus of elasticity times the moment of inertia divided by the modulus of elasticity of the total modulus of elasticity and the total moment of inertia. However, if E1 is equal to E, like in this case, then magka-cancel out itong dalawa. M times I1 divided by I na lang ang matitira. So, mas-simplify yung problem. And ganun din sa moment ng second plank. So you could use mas maraming planks kaysa tatlo, or pwedeng dalawa lang. Okay? Now, pag magkakaiba naman yung If this is not the case, hindi equal yung kanilang moduli of elasticity, ay meron tayong EI, i-add natin lahat ng the sum of the product of the modulus of elasticity and the moment of inertia. Okay, so we will have this example. So we have a 75 mm by 300 by 7.2. So the span is 7.2, and we have the section 75 by 300 mm. Okay, and a simple support is not sufficient to carry the loads imposed upon it. So hindi is not sufficient enough to carry the load, so we need another plank. So it is to be used by two men in a moving concrete form on the side of a concrete structure. Each man has a weight of 55 kilograms, but one of them can carry 80 kilograms, while the other can carry only 35 kilograms. Okay? So these two men will at no time be closer than 1.2 meter while moving along the plank. Okay? So pag nagtatanggal ng forma, syempre nagmo-move yung ating mga tao doon, no? Sa may plank. So that is a case of moving loads, di ba? So we'll consider moving loads. Tingnan natin kung ano yung maximum moment na ma-produce at anong position ng mga dalawang tao. Okay, neglecting the weight of the planks, determine the nominal thickness of another equal length and width of gang plank to be placed on top of the 75 by 300 mm gang plank. If its allowable flexural stress is 9.68, use the same material for both planks. So, hindi kaya ng isang 75 by 300, kaya dadagdagan natin yung plank. So, anong thickness? So, this is the solution now. So, this is a case of moving loads. Reviewin nyo yung inyong structural theory. Pwede rin sa may mechanics of materials or the strength of materials. So first, we need to convert the loads from kilograms to newtons. Okay, so this is the load from the first man. So 55 kilograms siya. Kaya niyang magbuhat ng 80 kilograms. 135 kilograms convert to newton multiplied by the gravitational acceleration. So we have 1324.35 newtons. Ganon din sa second man. 55 kilograms siya, kaya lang 835 lang ang kanyang kaya. Siguro magaling manigarilyo ito, kaya ito lang kaya niyang buhatin. So 90 kilograms ang total multiplied by the, again, gravitational acceleration. We have 882.9 newtons. So of course, the resultant weight, okay, of the two men, including the load they can carry, as we have 225 kilograms. So ito, 135 plus 90 is 225 kilograms. Multiplied by 9.81, we have 2207. Or we could just add this 2, okay? And 2207.25 Newton. Okay? So taking summation moment at the point B to solve for x. Okay? Summation moment at B to solve for x. Para makuha natin yung position ng resultant force. So, ito yung resultant force, ito yung first man, ito yung second man. So take note na dapat 1.2 ang kanilang distance anytime. Okay? Hindi sila pwedeng katabi. Okay? Hindi pwedeng magkayakap yung dalawang tao dito. Baka mag-fail, ano? Kaya 1.2 lang. Okay? Siguro meron silang dala-dala siyempre pag magtatanggal sila ng forma. Siyempre, at a considerable distance apart. Okay, so moment, masosolve natin ang x equals 0.48. Okay? Easy, di ba? So, now, so take summation moment at point B to solve for R1. So this is point B. So this is the beam. This is the first plank, which is 75 by 300. And we need another plank. So, 300 mm din ang lapad as stated in the problem. Okay? Now, since this is the moving load, pag nakuha na natin yung distance, okay, x and this distance between the resultant force and the lo- loads, yan, ay itatapat natin yung gitna nila. Okay? So, most probably, yung pinakamataas na load at saka yung resultant, yung distance, igitna natin dito sa center ng beam or sa midspan ng beam. And according to your structural theory, ito yung position na magproproduce ng maximum bending moment. Okay? So kasi dito, medyo mas maliit yung moment pag ganitong ginamit natin. So if you want to try, you could also place the center, okay? Yung gitna ng dalawang force na ito, yung resultant at saka itong mas maliit na load, ilagay nyo dito sa gitna and then compute o draw the shear and moment diagram, makikita nyo yung kung ano yung maximum moment. So kung ito yung maximum moment natin ngayon, okay? Now, pag itong ginamit mo rito, igitna mo rito, mas maliit yung makukuha mong moment. That's why this is the position to produce the maximum moment. Okay? So take note that if we are designing, we are predicting based on the worst case scenario. Okay? So worst case scenario yung ating predict. So makakayanan kaya ng ating beam. Okay? So R1 nakuha na natin. And of course, subtracting R1 from the resultant force is we have 117.2 Newton. So the moment carried by the entire beam, this one. Okay? So this is just this area. Okay? Itong area na to, ito yung result. So, kailangan nating malaman yung kayang dalhin ng 75 by 300. Ito yung given na size ng plank, ano? Pero hindi niya kaya yung load. Kaya tingnan natin kung ano yung capacity nito. Para yung sobra, yun ang dadalhin ng second plank. Okay? So, moment carried by this one is, of course, we know that for a rectangular section, the flexural stress is equal to 6m over bd squared. Okay? So, we know the flexural stress, 9.68. The only unknown is m2. Okay, multiply natin ng 1,000 yan to convert it to Newton. Okay? Conversion factor lang ito. Okay? Para ma-convert natin. Ayan. So we have M2 is equal to 2722.5 Newton meter. I mean ito, conversion natin para Newton meter agad yung lalabas natin. Okay? Pwede rin namang huwag nyo nang i-multiply ito. Okay? Huwag nyo nang ilagay yan. Yung 1,000. Pero ang lalabas na unit ninyo ay Newton millimeter. Okay? Newton millimeter yung lalabas. Divide nyo lang din ng 1,000 magiging Newton meter. Okay? Madali lang naman yun. Okay? So, M2, ayan yung kaya niyang dalhin. Pero ang moment capacity ng ating beam, ang design moment natin, tingnan natin, balik tayo. Ang moment capacity dapat ay 3460.97. Pero 2722 lang ang kaya ng 75 by 300. Kaya meron tayong M1. Ito yung required Planck. Moment capacity of the required Planck. I-subtract lang natin ito. We have 738.47 Newton. Okay? So from there, makukuha natin yung depth ng required Planck. So parehas dito sa taas. Okay? So D1 ang unknown. 39.06 mm ang required depth. Pero, pag pumunta tayo sa hardware, okay, bilihan ng kahoy, ay wala namang 39 na makukuha tayo. Okay? So, ang nominal size na kailangan natin siguro ay 300 by 50 or 50 by 300 na Planck. Okay? So, i-try natin. I-analyze natin ulit. So, I1, so the moment of inertia of this Planck is this one. And the moment of inertia of the given Planck is this one. So, that's why the total moment of inertia is this. Okay? And then, i-recompute natin yung M1. Since pinalaki natin imbes na 300 by 39, pinalaki natin, ginawa nating 50 kasi ito naman yung size na available sa commercially. Okay? So, ayan. Itong Young's modulus of elasticity ay parehas lang kaya mag-cancel out yan. So, meron tayong 791.07. Kanina, yung lumabas ay 738. So, mas lumaki yung moment capacity natin. So, para ma-check natin, kunin natin yung flexural stress. Okay? Flexural stress of the beam is 6.33 MPa. Okay? Yung required Planck, ito yung kanyang flexural capacity, 6.33 MPa, which is less than the allowable. Kaya safe siya. Okay? So, i-check pa rin natin yung second Planck. So, kunin natin, i-recompute natin yung M2, each moment capacity. So, 2669.90. And check din natin yung flexural capacity. It is 9.49 MPa, which is also less than 9.68. So, it is still safe. Okay? Therefore, use 350 mm gang Planck on top of the 300 by 75 mm gang Planck. Okay? So, ganun lang yung ating example. Ganyan mag-solve ng superimposed beam. Okay? So, for more questions, may tanong pa kayo, pwede nyo i-comment sa video or pwede nyo i-comment sa ating FB group. Okay, thank you and mabuhay.